Hey there, welcome to Eve News, Weather, and Sports. I'm Mike Azariah. Today is November the 18th, 2025, and let's get down to it. We'll start with what I consider the slightly less than optimal news, in that the CSM election results have been announced. 10 people were elected out of 55 candidates, of which I was one. Unfortunately, I was not one of the 10. I came in 11th. Always a bridesmaid, never a bride. Well, not quite true. They then chose two of the people from 11 to 20, neither of which was me, but congratulations to Mick Fightmaster and Val. I never can say his last name. Um, Bringing the CSM up to 12, and those will be the people representing your interests for the next year. So if you have needs, I would recommend keeping in contact with those people and see if they talk back to you. I will put a link to the announcement down below, and if you need help contacting somebody, please let me know. The Citadel expansion came out today, which is why this episode is about a day late, is I wanted to wait for it to come out, and it has. There's an epic mining arc, there's new ships, there are bugs all over the place, things stopped working, things didn't work as planned. All of this is pretty much normal for an expansion in EVE Online. It used to be that we would say low to heavy skill because it might be that the game was down for half a day or a day and you actually planned ahead to not be playing for the day that an expansion or a big update came. There will be flash updates probably tomorrow morning and over the next couple of days as they fix the individual bugs. They've already hot fixed one already. A link to the announcement of the expansion will be down below, along with a link to the known issues page, also known as the bugs we finally found out where they were. Uh, there's issues. I think my favorite one is if you do the Epic Arc, you get a blueprint. Unfortunately, no facility in the game right now will let you build that blueprint. So what you have is a very nice piece of paper and no place to do anything with it. Uh, for Omegas, just a reminder, every Tuesday, quite often there is like 15K skill points for Omegas that they can just log into the NES, the New Eden store, and pick it up. But this week there is also 10 Plex there to be picked up. So you can also grab that as you're going along. And for those of you who want to give a try to things, I believe 10 Plex will buy you 1 week's of being Omega. So if you want to just have a taste and you're an alpha, this would be the time to get it. I will put a link to, let's see, known issues, skill tree. Yep, got all of that covered. The movement, Pandemic Horde, the bleeding is slowed. They only lost 4,335 players from their alliance this week. A few others, the next couple of lines in the alliance movement on Dotland are all pluses by about 1,000, 1,300 thereabouts. So these players are not leaving the game, they are just finding greener pastures. Uh, then comes the violence, the sports of the game, so to speak. In Nullsec, it's Bravo, Whiskey, Foxtrot, TAC, Zulu, Zulu, with 155 ships blown up and 140 pods over the past 24 hours. In Lowsec, it was Tama at 521 over 476. High sec was Jita at 439 over 252. NPC space for NPC ships blowing up was back to our good old friend Yankees TAC Zulu X-Ray India Oscar with 47,041 ships blown up, NPCs. Uh, the If you expect a game to come out perfectly, especially a game that has tons of legacy code and intertwined stuff, and for them to do a large expansion that includes new coding, new mining sites, all this new stuff, and you think it won't have issues, you haven't written code before. I've taught code to kids and I can scan and see some mistakes for them, but some of it is just a little logic or an assigned value. Some things nest so far, and there are legends of how bad spaghetti code is for EVE Online. So I'm amazed that they do code at any time and don't just kind of throw it all out and say, I wonder if we can remake it. Because you got to remember, a lot of the guys who wrote the original EVE Online are no longer with CCP. So you get new people coming in. But Hilmar once said that he only expected the game to last 5 years. We're at 21. So I don't think they documented stuff as well as they should have for a 21-year-old game when they only had expectations of it being a 5-year-old game. You plan differently depending on how far you expect to go. This leads me to the last thing. How am I doing? Doing great on time. But leads me to the last thing. It is halfway through the month. I want to thank all the people who have donated to Operation Magic School Bus so far. You've been a great help. You're going to keep the bus on the road for at least another year. Christmas time is going to have some special bus events. I always have to be careful about saying special bus because some of you think that is me making fun of people, and I'm not. So I have to figure out a way to call the bus events something special. You know what I mean. There will be bus events throughout December, and especially I do every year the 12 days of Christmas. For those of you who are pagans and don't follow this sort of thing, the 12 days of Christmas goes from December 25th to January 6th. And so there will be lots of things happening with the bus, both in motion and at the 3 bus bases that I have set up so far. I may go to someplace else and just say, if you can come and find me, I will slowly give you information till first couple people to find me get something. I am looking forward to flying the Odysseus. If you have sent me stuff, I am slowly trying to write thank you notes to everybody who has sent a donation, whether it be ships, modules, or ISK. Nobody has sent me an Alliance tournament ship yet, but I'm okay with that. I understand times are tough. But I am trying to catch up, and in the month of November, I do try to write thank you notes to almost everybody. Every now and then, it gets away from me, or somebody sends money via their corp wallet, in which case it's harder for me to reply because I'm not sure whether it came from them or whether it's just a minor alt. You'd still have about 12 days left to donate to Operation Magic School Bus if you care to. This is an operation that helps the new bros and helps get new blood into the game because people leave the game. I really, really wish I got elected so I could ask questions of CCP. The main one I have right now is, has there been a drop in the daily users online with the with Pandemic Horde shutting down? Are people taking a break, or have they left the game to find something that doesn't cause them to tear their hair out? Hello Kitty's offline, but I'm sure there are other games out there. I'm not mocking. I really feel for the people who lost a lot of stuff. I hope that they get back on their feet and continue to fight. Now, Winterco is the biggest alliance in the game. Imperium with Goons is number 2. And then it drops precipitously, and then there's a bunch of other alliances. But we're now looking at 2 large lions snarling at each other over the meat in the game. If you want, there is SOV maps that you can Google for that will show how alliances and how the SOV is changing. Goons are busy still glassing the drone lands to make it for small alliances and groups to try to make a foothold there. I'm an untrusting old man at times. But I hope that you have yourself a good week. Today it is rum and coke. Arriba. I would do the rest of that quote. It's bottoms up, down to you, and over the teeth. But I don't speak that good of Spanish yet. I will practice it, and maybe in a couple of weeks I will toast you properly. I did a count. This is the 47th week that I have put out an Eve News, Sports, and Weather. I should do something for the 50th, which is 3 weeks away, and I may chat with you about that in the next couple of weeks. Until then, you have yourselves a good one. Later, Gators.